Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching The Witcher Blood Origin episode 4 of Mages, Malice and Monstrous Mayhem. This episode is going to be insane. So much has to happen. I am so ready for it. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of all of these reactions on my Patreon, and all of my reactions to The Witcher in general are all on my Patreon. And let's go.
And erasing those who would resist its glory.
So wonderful. The world you're going to is one where your men are going to be wiped out, I think.
Let the new golden age begin.
I mean, the opposite is coming, I'm afraid. Which is no real sacrifice, given that he just did it so casually.
What in the name of all the gods?
Yeah, you kind of walked right into the trap, right into what he wanted you to do.
Wherever this takes you,
Rest in peace. You got close.
Empire brainstorm. They're starving down here. It won't take much.
Not much in it though, is there, if the guy was telling the truth?
Good luck.
We could travel through time itself.
What the fuck? Time travel now.
Leave us.
Here goes.
You're relieved.
Of life.
Had this been another time, I'd have returned this to you.
Jesus Christ. This bitch.
These are...
May your womb rot and your name be forgotten.
I mean, you are bringing about the downfall of Elfkind, the suffering and misery of generations to come.
All while your own children starve!
Time to sing. There's no grain, or at least not much.
Empty.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Rise up! I know you're scared, but we'll never have this chance again.
Yep, you have to
Together,
go
we
quick
can
before
win.
the Empire takes hold, although, you know, everything's gonna get lost soon enough.
We are the Black Rose. Let Spread the word! Let them know this is the day the low bombs rise! The day Centuria becomes yours!
Yep, nothing's gonna end well, but yep.
The old ways had to die.
No.
As much as I
Why
love
is
my brother,
your life in
and you've just
future
made the
worth
same
more than
mistakes as
all of those
every
other
king before.
lives?
You'll need time.
I'll just lock you up until you agree. Just gonna laugh at her.
You're a monster.
You're not alone anymore in that. But he's less of a monster than you. This is far enough.
You had to be rude about it.
Oh fuck. I mean, you have no armor. That you have. Some of these soldiers would surrender because they'd be like, "Whoa, that's my sister running towards me. You know, I live here." But
Both abandoned lives written for us to write our own.
one hurt people doing it, the other didn't.
I have done his...
You've no idea what Elfkind even is.
Mm-hmm.
That what you did was right. Wiping out the monarchies
Oof.
and the clans. We were their blade.
She's
without
armed.
question. But you were just more of the same.
With her own blade. The blade he gave her. Oof. Oh great. He's back, just in time.
There's been an uprising.
Why did burning that man? What did that do to anything?
You have corrupted everything.
He has,
This
it's true.
ends now.
He's not yet fully trained in how to use his new skills and strengths, but he's a very good fighter. And this creature's not used to dealing with someone that can fight. It's all crumbling to nothing.
Remember me.
I mean, they will, but history will remember you as a footnote of crazy dictator lady if elves remain in power long enough. Oh. Oh fuck. Come on. Holy shit. It's time for some monster slaying.
I'll merge my power with his chaos energy to shatter the monolith.
You can see its arsehole.
Fuck.
Fjord's gone.
Holy fucking shit. Sing to him. She told him to remember your voice. Is there any saving him from this? Or is this gonna soothe him enough so she can kill him?
I can't. I'll wait for you.
But also live your life, you're young. He'll wait for you, but...
Care, Edwin. Live, Hannah.
Yeah.
I love you.
It's very cheerful. What's going to happen with the mage and the spheres, and is the conjunction not going to conjunction now? I thought the conjunction was going to conjunction. He gave everything. And he's himself again for the final moment. Is the little mage dude going to do something?
The energy released would shatter space and time itself.
Oh, here we go.
The fragile veils between
Holy
worlds
shit.
had
I've been waiting for this.
Multiple worlds crossed through each other, scattering species like seeds as they merged.
So there are, in the other worlds, there'll be like still humans and monsters and elves and all
Was
sorts.
the conjunction of the spheres,
Whoa.
having cast an even stranger cargo on elven shores.
Yep.
Humans.
That just
Would ever be the same again.
was more than just those few ships that brought the humans, surely. Yeah. She can return the sword. I didn't think he was dead. But he is. That looks like the world Ciri was. It does. With the knights.
Child of the elder blood, starry-eyed daughter of chaos.
Mm-hmm. The world is different now.
Come eat.
Is Ciri their
Fjord
descendant?
had seeded new life.
Is that
A
elder
child
blood?
carrying a blood like no other,
Elder blood. Thank you.
unmarked by beast
Whoa.
and magic.
Only it wasn't the beast I expected.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I thought the visions and everything. At some point, does like her line and their line marry in this little town, and then that becomes the like visiony elder blood that Ciri has. I'm very intrigued. How far into the future is this girl gonna see?
The time of the spheres is upon us.
Mhm.
The end sheath lost across the skies, cast adrift in time, ever searching for love, Lost that ends all times.
Oh, great, yep.
And one of her blood shall sing the last.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what? I wonder if at some point in The Witcher Season 3 he's going to get captured and then saved in a battle and then he'll just have the song. Whoa. Fuck. He travelled through time? That was the day the Geralt stood there. Did she keep looking over in that corner? Okay, this was a very, very good final episode. Probably my favourite one of them all, just because of how it tied into The Witcher. And my main reason for loving this show is learning more about it so that I can put that into my love of The Witcher. Which isn't to say this wasn't a good show. I did really enjoy it. I just truly think its greatest shortcoming was how short it was. Which couldn't be helped. When it's only going to be 4 episodes, there isn't time to delve into these characters and these plotlines as much as they deserve. That being said, I really, really enjoyed this. I was apprehensive going into it because of how much only people were saying it was bad. I didn't think it was. I didn't think everyone was going to make it out of this. We surprisingly got off quite lightly with only 2 deaths. So I'll take that a little bit. And I wondered if the Elder Blood was going to be the union of when they were sleeping together after he'd witcherified. I was like, is that going to be like the Elder Blood? The blood that they're then able to make future witches from is the blood of their union somehow. Very interesting. And then that makes me wonder, given that she's gone and settled, it seems, in the village where she kind of, or at least I guess that's where she'll settle, with the girl with the visions, at some point do their 2 lines unite, and that's what passes down both the Elder Blood and the vision-y, like, magic-y stuff that Ciri has. That's how I'm interpreting what happened, but it's very interesting, and I'm so glad that because it was reaching the point where I was beginning to wonder, like, maybe this just isn't the story that I thought it was. Maybe we're not going to learn about Elder Blood. Maybe we're not going to learn about the conjunction of the spheres. And, like, yes, I kind of think with a longer series we could have had more time to explore the initial, like, conjunction of the spheres. I actually initially assumed this show was about dealing with the conjunction, like it was going to happen at the beginning. When the show started, it quite quickly became apparent that wasn't the case. But when I first heard of the show, I kind of thought the conjunction would happen in the first episode and then we'd be dealing with it. Whereas instead we kind of just got glimpses of it and how much that would fundamentally change life going forwards. But I did really enjoy it. I enjoyed seeing this group of characters come together, go up against impossible odds. And I feel like the way things happened was believable. They benefited from some of the slight chaos and lack of organisation within the evil empire, but they managed to do it in a way that you think, yeah, I could see that happening. I don't know what the long-term solution would be. Would the people be able to institute a democracy or what? But it was very interesting. And the fact, just, like, I almost now want to just forget talking about this episode and just talk about what we learned here and how that's going to tie into The Witcher. Okay, so I'm glad that we ended up with, oh my god, I know her name, it's like Meldorf, but that's not her name, ending up with, having people and not being alone, because she was empty inside after her vengeance quest, and so she was able to find a reason to live again. I'm glad the mage and Brother Death, who I can't remember his real name, they got to be together, and awful as it is that her brother died, at least he died making right a mistake he had made with his own hubris. The first wisps of chaos magic made it into the air, and somehow humans are going to learn to manage that too. But we put a stop to that. We put a stop to Merrin. Like, history will remember your name, if anything, as the woman that brought about the downfall of Elfkind. They went from being emperors to being desperate people trying to fight back against the humans. As a result of her actions, largely. My brain is like spiraling through it all. I'm very sad that Ferrell died. Again, that may not even be his name. My brain is like refusing to remember it right now. But I think he will feel as though he has righted his own wrongs too, and in helping to inspire the people and in helping to be a source of hope going forwards, Ayla will also feel the same, and she can kind of keep a piece of him alive. And that is the birth of the Elder Blood, which is very interesting. I guess there's a bloodline that was specifically, because we know Ciri's bloodline was cracked. I think that was the thing they found out, or was that just the Cintran line? I don't know. But like, it adds so many layers to what we've already learned, and I feel like we could have had a bit more time on the aftermath, but that's fine. I'm glad Merrin died. She was stupid. And I'm glad that she was kind of told to her face, like, first of all, that you'll be forgotten, and second of all, that, like, you weren't doing this for all your great noble reasons. Oh, I'm going to be like the great Solrith, and I'm going to be wonderful for Elfkind. Elfkind was suffering and needed actual help, and you were focused on going. And yeah, like, you were like, oh, bring us back some food from those other lands. But, like, your focus was on your own glory rather than on helping the people in front of you. She didn't right the wrongs in order to make a fairer society for everybody. She just wanted to not have to marry someone she didn't agree with. And she could have run away. She could have done so many things that didn't involve massacring everybody in town. I particularly found it interesting the moment when Ayla was like, I actually started to think maybe you were right. Maybe destroying the clans and everything they represented was right, but she wasn't replacing it with anything better. And I liked that line of thinking, the kind of something did need to be done, but it wasn't what they did. And cleaning up that mess. I want to know now what happened now. You know, I can't just be like 3 human ships arrived. I mean, yes, humans would then procreate and have enough kids to over thousands of years to like overwhelm the elves. I'm not saying that's not possible, but like, what happened next to the monoliths? How did they get buried again? Did they get like, what happened? And how many humans were there? What did the humans all immediately band together and start being like, we're going to fight you out your land? Was it initially peaceful? I think actually from what they've said, elves welcomed the humans to a degree, and then the humans like pushed them out is the story that's told now. But what happened next is that I really do want to know. I can't wait until the Witcher show is finished, in the sense that I want it to be brilliant and go on forever, and for there to be a miracle and Henry Cavill to stay on, or for Liam Hemsworth to turn out to be so good at playing Geralt that we don't notice a difference. But I will be reading all the books, and I cannot wait for that time. So talking, I know I feel like I'm not really giving the show itself justice. I did really enjoy it. It was good. I think it was a little short for the story it was telling, but at the same time, it did a good job within the time it had. It did a good job of telling it. It just could have been better if it had longer. I don't know if that makes sense. It does in my brain. Talking about the show, The Witcher, going forward, I'm gonna have to assume at some point in season 3, Jaskier is going to be captured, there'll be a battle, he'll be fine. Or we're going to meet Jaskier and he's going to be with the elves, and then it's going to be like, oh, aren't you lucky we saved you? You know, kind of, it will happen mid-season, or it will be at the beginning of the season, it'll be after he left Kenmore and he got captured and blah, blah, blah. That's how we ended up here. Is he going to sing the song at some point? Because, you know, it feels like quite a big deal was made out of him having this song to sing to the elves. Is he going to do it? What is going to happen next? And is he doesn't currently know about Ciri. I presume if people, I mean, given that the elves know she has elder blood, they will probably know the significance of the song, that she's the one that's going to sing the last. Francesca right now is in the mood to destroy all worlds. Ciri does not want to destroy all the worlds, but what does that mean? Because, you know, we had in the original prophecy, the one that Istrith, whatever her name is, she said at the beginning of the show, when she said about slaying the beast, that turned out to mean slaying Feral. It didn't mean slaying any of the actual evil beasts they were setting out to fight. So could destroying the worlds actually mean something different to destroying the world? It could mean destroying the way of the world and making a fairer society for all. You know, destroying the world. Maybe Ciri is going to just destroy all the other worlds, and we don't really care about those ones, and keep, it's interesting. And maybe there are more, its prophecies aren't as black and white as they might seem to be. But Jaskier does have his fingertips a lot of information about why things are the way they are now, and it's going to be interesting to see how much that does feed into The Witcher season 3. I guess it will, because they want people to go and watch this show. They want people to be like, oh, I don't understand, I'll go watch that show to understand. But I'm very intrigued. Then we have so like I said, the concept of Ciri is their offspring, which is, I mean, they're many generational offspring, which is very interesting. And then that's also interesting with like I said, the visions that the girl was having are very similar to the visions that Ciri has. Is that linked? It has to be. Then, of course, we have the two things, which is the commander of the guard, whose name I literally... Okay, what is your name, sir? Let's look this up. Don't mind me. I'm being quick, I promise. Topcast. Is he Eridan? Is that you? Might be you. I think that's him. All right, Eridan. Is he, because he put the skull thing on, it did look like the riders of the horsemen or whatever that they were dealing with in the, well, they were talking about, and then we saw at the end of season 2. Is he still alive and one of those people, or is that like a descendant or something? and he's looking for his lost love. Obviously, he did lose his love, but I mean, it's been 1200 years on our side, so I don't think your lost love is out there. But you can time travel with Monolith, so maybe you could get back to him. Was that a significant thing? It seemed it to me. And then the little mage dude who figured out how to travel through time has apparently done so. What is he going to get up to? Is he going to be a new big bad? Is he giving information to Nilfgaard? Is he part of it? What is his role? And I assume he will crop up in season 3 or 4 or whatever. And you know, he knows about Ciri, he sought her out and he was looking at her. Like, he's not just stumbling around. There's more to him than meets the eye as well. So I'm very intrigued with how that's all going to shape out, and how they found a way to make a show set 1200 years before have ramifications for the current show that we're going to have to deal with going forwards. I am very excited for that. I'm still really excited for The Witcher. I'm especially excited for season 3 because it's going to be with Henry Cavill. It's going to be as we like it. And I'm trying not to lose hope about season 4 because this show means the world to me and I don't want it to go downhill or to lose it. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed these reactions. I hope you enjoyed this show. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of all of my reactions to The Witcher on my Patreon. And thank you so much for watching.